Once again, is another edition of the program, Tango with ST, with your Queen of Talk, Stella Eneyang. Today, I'd like us to talk about the word forgiveness. Yes, to forgive someone, to let go of hurt, resentment, forgiveness. Forgiveness is when you make that deliberate and conscious effort to let go of hurt, to let go of making revenge and removing any form of resentment towards people who may not necessarily need it, but you just have to do it for your own peace. Why do we have to forgive? So that we can move on. Because when you hold on to hurt, there's this tendency to want to live in the past. Why do we have to forgive? Because we just have to move on. Many times people hurt us. We don't get hurt by people who just meet on the street. When people on the street hurt us, we just put it aside and keep moving. We get hurt by people we love. Yes, loved ones are the ones who hurt us. When a stranger does something to you, you take it like, this is bad, and you move on. But when a loved one does something hurtful to you, it pains. The pain that you get from that kind of hurt is a lot different from that which you get from a stranger. Why do I say you should learn to forgive and move on? Most of the time, when we see people who have hurt us, when we are holding on to unforgiveness, there is this pump that comes to you and is not healthy for you. The person you think has hurt you may not even be bothered about it, but you're holding on to unforgiveness is preventing you from seeing some beautiful things around you. Learn to forgive. You can decide to forgive and not get hurt, in the sense that you just let the person have that forgiveness, even though they do not deserve it, but just let him or her have it for your own peace. Let's not deceive ourselves. Forgiveness is not something that is so easy. It's not as easy as just saying it. But if you make deliberate effort to learn how to forgive easily, it will come easily. Someone talked about decisional and emotional kind of forgiveness. Decisional forgiveness is when you just decide, okay, I just want to let this person go. No, I just want to forgive this person. But you're not going to let that person hurt you, in the sense that you will not put yourself in that position to get hurt anymore. You can do that for people you are not really close to. It's not as strong as having emotional forgiveness. Emotional forgiveness would have to do maybe with your spouse, if he or she does something to you, something bad to you. In your heart, you know you want to forgive, but you have to make that conscious effort to forgive that person, because you will still need to love that person again. I don't know if you understand. Decisional can be a stranger or a friend who is not so close, or rather, someone who you think that you can just, okay, I've forgiven you. You may not necessarily forget what the person has done, but you just want to move on. But you will not put yourself in that position to be hurt again, in the sense that, okay, people will say, let the person just stay on his or her own, I'll stay on my own. But that's not the best form of forgiveness anyway. But emotional forgiveness is when you genuinely from your heart decide, okay, this person hurt me, let me just forgive, because you still love that person. You still care about that person. So you would want to say, you hurt me, what you did was wrong, but you're still my friend, you're still my brother, sister, or as the case may be. How easy is it to forgive? Forgiveness can come, you can make forgiveness easy if you on yourself take your own part of that blame. Maybe, for example, if you can just tell yourself that perhaps I put myself in this position for this hurt to come, for this thing to have happened, that would make it kind of easier for you to forgive that person. If you tell yourself, like I can tell myself that maybe it's because I acted this way, that was why this person did this to me. Perhaps if I didn't do that, if I didn't act this way, this person wouldn't have done this to me. When you own your part like that, forgiving that person may become easier. Also, when we form this habit of always looking for wrongs, like, this person, you expect that this person is going to upset you, take your mind off that, because whatever that person would do would upset you. Because sometimes we see people, we have this prejudice about that covers our faces, like that cover our faces when we see some kind of, when we are with certain people, we'll say, okay, B has come now, she's coming with her problems, because we always want to see the mistakes, the errors that this person is going to make. So you've prepared yourself already to be upset. That, if you take that off, you see that it will be easier for you to learn to forgive. Also, let's begin to see the good side of people. Nobody's perfect. I've said it before on this program. Nobody's perfect, because if people tell you, if you mirror yourself, you're on the other side, people will tell you they've been overlooking some things that you have been doing. So you also should learn to overlook some things. Sometimes we get ourselves into situations where we don't need to be hurt, but we get hurt because we're always looking for where someone would slight us. Like I said, own your part of every blame, of every hurt. So many times I have found myself in situations where people hurt me and I try to just hold on to unforgiveness, but it doesn't help. Learn to speak peace into every situation. Learn to let things go. Learn not to get offended at everything that comes your way. Don't ever put yourself in that situation of getting hurt. Sometimes, like I said, make it easier for you to forgive by telling yourself that you put yourself in that position to be hurt in the first place. Like a friend would say, if I didn't go to his or her house, he wouldn't have insulted me. If he had seen you on the way, he would still have insulted you. But just tell yourself that no matter what happens, I would forgive. Don't think of sticking to the decisional kind of forgiveness. That's fine. It's better than not forgiving at all. But learn to do the emotional kind of forgiveness, of forgiving, letting go. You may not necessarily forget everything, but you would not talk about it anymore. Forgiveness is a key to being happy all the time. When you hold on to unforgiveness, it holds back a lot of blessings. Even when you are in the midst of people, because there's one person there that you're not happy about, you find out that you're not enjoying the present. So speak peace into your present situation by forgiving and letting go. Some time ago, someone hurt me really badly, I was like, I would never forgive her. It was tough. But someone, a mentor, spoke to me and said, have you forgiven? I just said, let her just stay on her own. I'm not talking anymore. He said, no, call and let her know you are forgiven. So my mentor asked me to call. It took me a long time. It was difficult for me to do that initially, but eventually I did make that call. And today, I have peace. Thank God for support systems who would always encourage you to do the right thing. Forgive and let your heart be at peace. So you can decide to have your decisional kind of forgiveness and let it go, or emotional kind of forgiveness, pull the person back to the way it was. If it's possible, then you move on with life. Until I come your way next time, is there anyone who has hurt you in one way or the other? You can decide to make it decisional kind of forgiveness or emotional. The bottom line is forgive. And remember, even when the person you have forgiven hurts you again, don't forget what Jesus said. Forgive again and again. The most important thing I want you to take away from this is that forgive and let your heart be at peace. My name is still Stella Eneyang, your Queen of Talk, and this is Tango with ST. Don't forget to like, don't forget to share, and don't forget to leave a comment. Bye for now.